راسي يوجعني وبطني توجعني. أنا أريد أروح لأمريكا أريد أعالج من رجلي.
The doctor says she seems strong today, but Noor al-Zahra Haidar has been battling life-threatening medical issues since she was born. Today's checkup is a rarity. In Iraq, more than a year after the U.S.-led war officially ended, quality medical care is hard to come by. This girl, who has the congenital disorder spina bifida, needs a specialist, but isn't able to see one. Her family worries. How long till a complication? How long will their baby Noor live? It's been 5 years since I was last in Iraq, reporting on the war. While I was there, I'd made a deep connection with some of its people. Now, I'm returning to Iraq in search of a little girl I once met, a girl who became known to millions. I've always seen Noor's story as a metaphor for the war. She was someone whom the Americans saved, but now she's unfinished business, seemingly forgotten by those same people who helped her. I first met Noor in 2005. I was an embedded reporter in Iraq when soldiers came upon her family during a routine house raid. Noor was tiny. She couldn't move her legs and had a growth on her back. Her family was told she had spina bifida and that in Iraq there was nothing they could do to help her survive. But American doctors knew something could be done.
There are no specialists in this country apparently that can deal with this, so her best shot would be to go to the United States or somewhere else.
Her family quickly agreed to the life-saving intervention. I was riding in the back of a military Humvee the night that Noor was shuttled away from her home. Despite warnings of complications and extended care, her father and grandmother were resolute. Get treatment for Noor. It was life or death. Noor's surgeries worked. Doctors in America fused the gap in her spinal column, saving her life. That was their goal. But the burden of taking care of Noor would fall on her family in Iraq. The route to Noor's home is different this time. Her treatment in America brought trouble to her family. They had to leave their old neighborhood, driven out by the suspicion of family ties to America. So many things have changed in the 5 years since I've seen her. I wonder what her life is like. Who's taking care of her?
How are you?
شلون تقول لك؟
زينة؟
لا تكون زينة. Hey.
Wow.
She's so gorgeous.
She's so big.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
هي نور ذكية وتفتهم وتحب الحياة. يعني بالعربة أنا أوديها حوالي كيلومتر، يلا أوديها أصعدها بسيارة أجرة أوديها المدرسة مال معهد مال المعوقين.
There aren't many options for Noor in Iraq. There are only 2 public schools for kids with disabilities in Baghdad. At school, one of Noor's teachers tells me that Noor is shy and reserved, even isolated, and she fears that Noor is developing mental and emotional problems. It's not just Noor's disability that complicates things. Her family is fragmented and struggling. Noor's own mother left soon after her birth. She told her family she didn't want to raise a disabled daughter. And Noor knows that too. Her family has told her. Noor's father works all day selling fruits and vegetables, making just enough for the family. Her aunts and grandfather help raise her. And although he's there for her now, Noor's grandfather knows he won't always be there to take care of her, and he worries that no one will.
المرحومة بيبيتها وصت بها وقالت هاي أمانة. أو بيبيتها راحت الله يرحمها وبعد ما إلها كل أحد. هسه أنا باقي، إذا أنا أنتهي ما حد يقدر. من راحت لأمريكا قاموا بعلاجها واجروا لها عملية، وبوقتها والعملية مال فتحة الظهر نجحت، بقت وعادوا لنا اياها الى العراق، لكن شنو بدون يعني ما نقول بدون فائدة، بقت جسمها من الحوض ولي جوا كله ميت، رجليها ميتة.
Noor's family held out hope that she would one day be able to walk, even though the American doctor said she wouldn't. They also said she'd face a lifetime of problems typical for someone with spina bifida.
راسها لحد الآن تيوب مخلين براسها، والإضرار مالها إذا ما الله يهدي المنظمات الإنسانية اللي بيها رحمة تنقذها، يعني تنقذ حياة طفلة يعني من الحياة. إحنا إيش بدينا؟
I watch as Noor flips through photos of her journey. She seems resilient, but in reality, a healthy life appears out of reach. The family's hoping someone will help them again, but who? Noor is unfinished business, they say. In some ways, she's become a symbol of her country, a broken girl in a broken land.